In today's video, I'm going to explain why you should not always believe women when they tell you that the guy that you're worried about is simply just a friend. As usual, I'm going to give you a true story based on my own experience. If you have not seen any of my other videos, go back and look at some of the other true story videos where I give proof of a lot of examples of what women do and how to handle certain situations with women. Go check those out after the video if you want to see more that are similar to this. But let's get right into it. For this video, I'm going to post a few screenshots up here that will give a little bit of context to our conversation with this woman. And I will give you also more information that I used to date this woman. We were in a full-on relationship a few years ago. And also it was a really great relationship. She was pretty good to me, and I feel like I made a lasting impact on her. And so when you as a man make an impact on a woman, you are somehow granted access to them long term in some situations, and this story is going to be relative to that. So in this story, I'm actually the friend, and I contact her. I tell her, hey, come hiking with me, and then I tell her the day. As you see on the photos I'm going to post up here, or the screenshot, she says that she cannot do that day. And I ask her, well, what is the day that you're free? Just get right down to business. When you're texting women, you need to be texting to meet up or something. Not too much flirting and random conversation. She tells me her schedule. I'm going to post all that up here. She tells me the schedule. I go ahead and set a day with her. And then I set a time saying, boom, we're going to pick you up this time. We're going hiking, blah, blah, blah. So whenever you are setting a date, you got to be able to pick the time, pick the place, and be very precise and concise with it when you're telling her. Don't act like you're asking too much. Act like you're just sure of yourself and you know what time it needs to go down. That way, if she follows along with everything you're saying, that's all you need. You don't need to be sitting here, well, what time do you want to go? Where do you want to do? What do you want to do? Where you want to go? You don't need to do all that. So you can see up here, I ask her, I set up the date and the time, the place. Then I just tell her the parameters of what's going on. All she needs to know is, boom, I'm going to pick her up. So she doesn't meet me anywhere. I'm picking her up. We go a few days without texting. And I end up calling her or texting her on the day of. And I'm going to have some more messages pop up here. Called her, told her, hey, I'm on the way. And she said she wasn't ready. In this screenshot, she said she wasn't ready yet. So I said I'll be there in about 10 minutes. And what I did from there, I went and got some coffee. I just checked to see if she needed anything, or she wanted coffee. She had already ate and stuff. So it took me like 30 minutes, as you can see, to get to her place. And then I pull up and she says, go, come on and walk in. I'm not ready yet. The first thing you do is don't follow their directions, because then that means that they're going to get used to you following them. Versus you just show them that you're willing to do your own thing and you can still respect them. So that's why I purposely do not follow her direction. She says, come in and wait. If I'm coming to pick you up, I'm not coming in and wait. I'm going to make you feel the pressure of coming out quicker. So what I did is I said, all right, I'm chilling. Come out when you're ready. So you never want to create arguments. Just stay real chill, stay stoic. Don't act like it really affects you, but don't comply to everything they want you to do. Sometimes you're fine without complying. So I wait. She gets in the car. We're driving and all that stuff, and it's like 5 minutes after I pull out of her neighborhood, and she's kind of curious to, like, where is this going to lead to. So she says, hey, you know what, I need to tell you something. I have a boyfriend. I said, okay. I was like, what is that? What is it supposed to mean to me? She was like, I was just letting you know. I said, I mean, you're in the car with me right now, so that's all I care about. You agreed to come. I'm not turning back around. She said, okay, I just wanted you to know, that's all. All right, so while we're on a hike, we end up talking about relationships, and we get onto the topic about what men want in relationships and what women want. And I went ahead to explain to her, look, men are very simple. We want respect, compassion, and a lot of sex consistently. I said, we are so much more simpler than you think. Your money is not a huge factor in all of that. I said, if you got those other pieces I'm talking about, usually you're gonna be fine in a relationship. I said, I believe most people want long-term great sex with the person that they're in a relationship with, and that's one of the reasons they actually get into a relationship, other than being lonely. And from here, she said, well, right now I don't feel like I'm respecting my man. I said, what do you mean? She says, well, I don't feel like I'm respecting him by being here with you. I said, well, I didn't even know you had a man before I picked you up. So, I mean, that's on you. I mean, I can take you back if you feel like you need to go. She's just like, I don't know, it's just something that I was thinking about. If you say men want respect, I feel like I'm not respecting him. And I said, what about it is disrespectful? And she is saying, well, I had this situation one time where I had a guy who was a friend, and he always made a point that he didn't want me hanging out with other guy friends. I said, why do you think that is? And he said, I don't know. I think he was insecure. And I said, well, it's usually because most guys and women are not friends. She says, yes, we are. Me and you are friends. I said, no, I'm not. I said, I'm me and you're you, and we're hanging out. She's like, so what do you mean you're not my friend? I said, friends wouldn't blow your back out. That's not what friends do. Like, if I go to my best friend, that person, he is not going to blow my back out just randomly because he's just my friend. Friends don't do that to each other. And so that's why me and you are not friends, because we have already had that type of experience. And we know that it's possible that could happen. Who knows, any day or whatever, we know that it's possible. So then she says, well, I don't want to feel like I'm disrespecting them, but it's just something I thought of. All right. Now, so guys, think about that. She herself said that she was disrespecting her own man by being with me. But this is what she said next. She says, even though I feel this way, I don't want to lose you. So it's like I do want to, I want to see you, because I feel like if I don't, I'm going to lose you. And I don't want to do that. Even though we're not together, I don't know what I'll ever be able to get from, excuse me, she said, I don't know what I'll ever be able to get from you, because things didn't work out the way I wanted it to before, but it's just, I know that I want you to still be around. I said, all right, we'll see. And then we get back into the car, and I start driving her back. When we pull up into the driveway of her home, she starts rationalizing to me out loud why she cannot sleep with me, even though I didn't bring it up. She says, I know that I cannot let you put it inside me, because if something happened, I know that I'm going to start falling for you again, and I'm probably going to want something that I can never get from you. So I turned to her, I looked her in the eye, and I said, tell me what you want. And when I did this, I saw her body language. It shifted. She looked like she was just turned on all of a sudden. You could see her shifting everything in her seat, moving her body. It was crazy. I said, tell me what you want. And she hesitated. She answered, basically just telling me that she just wants more than just me and her sleeping together. And she knows or feels that I can never do it. She feels like I have commitment issues. And she's telling me all this, keep in mind, while she has a boyfriend. So she's telling me what she really wants from me. She really wants me to wife her up. And then she says, and so I told her, I said, you don't know if that's true. You don't know what I am or am not capable of. I said, actually, I am capable of giving you what you want. I am capable of that. So then she said, oh, so are you going to wait for me? And she's talking about a relationship. She says, are you going to wait for me? Like, wait for her relationship to end. That's what she's asking me. I said, I don't have to wait for you. I don't have to wait for your relationship to end. If I wanted to, I'll make you end your relationship to be with me. And she's responded. She knows how I am. She says, that's actually what I expected you to say. She said, I knew you would say something like that. And then she turned her head. She was like, all right, I gotta go. And she slowly got out of the car. Now after that, she was like, I'm gonna see you again soon. While she's out of the car, she says, I'm gonna see you again soon. I said, yeah, maybe. And she got mad. She said, oh my gosh, you're still so non-committal, just like you've always been. So she gets a little bit mad and walks off. So anyway, I'm gonna have some more text messages on the screen here just to show how everything finished off for the day. But basically, I just told her, hey, let me know when you're free again. And she said, okay. Or you can see what she said here. She said, sure will, or something. I don't have it up right now. But this just goes to show you guys that this girl's still in a relationship and she's still willing to hang out. She's giving me her whole schedule for the month. So basically, I just pick and choose and tell her which day I want her to meet me, and we'll see what happens. Um, it is not something that I'm really trying to force. I just get a lot of information by dealing with women. So it seems like I'm making some videos to entertain you guys, but some of these life situations I go through, it gives me more knowledge to through experience of dealing with women to see how they really act in situations versus what you may see on the internet. A woman's responding to something on a podcast. I don't have to look at any of these other videos online because I'm testing relationships and people out myself to see what people really do in these situations. And of course, my body game has something to do with it as well, because there were plenty of times she mentioned things about my body and it's inspiring her to want to do better and live a better lifestyle. And I don't want to continue rambling on so much more, but I hope this gave you some insight on why you should never trust when a woman says that a friend is just a friend, because if her boyfriend ever questions her about who I am, she's going to tell him that I am just a friend. But in her mind, she truly knows that she basically was trying to talk herself out of why she cannot sleep with me, because it will cause so much emotional turmoil inside of her, and she's not sure she can get the relationship from doing so. And that was her only reasoning. She didn't specifically say that, hey, we can't sleep together because I have a boyfriend. It was more like she was trying to rationalize the emotional backlash. So this is just something to think about, guys, and this is a true story. Once again, like I said, go back and watch some of the other true stories if you need to find out more lessons that I have learned from dealing with women. Maybe some relate to you. If not, maybe you have something you can gain from them. Thanks for watching.